Watch the £30,000 taxpayer-funded clean-up after a migrant habit filthied the streets, sparking a crackdown.
We have had enough of people staining our streets with Paan. There are more enforcement officers on Brent streets to catch those responsible, as well as a massive clean-up operation to get rid of the hideous stain. From smoother commutes to greener parks and safer streets, we are investing millions of pounds in the everyday things that matter most to you. Wherever you live, you'll see and feel the difference.
Those caught spitting Paan on Brent streets will now be fined £100 after the council launched the campaign Don't Mess with Brent. Popular within South Asian communities, Paan chewing is a practice where betel nuts and leaves are chewed with herbs and tobacco to give the user a narcotic effect. When they are done, users spit the Paan on the street, staining shop fronts, paving, bus stops and street furniture. Councils say the substance is virtually impossible to remove, even with high-powered jets. The Labour-run council says it's offering addicts a free 6-week programme to stop using Paan, and it has installed signage to warn residents against spitting it out. Officers have been put on patrol to enforce the rules with a £100 fine. Cabinet member for Public Realm and Enforcement said, "I am delighted that we continue to take a zero-tolerance approach to those who ruin our streets." Nick Dunning, GB News. Elsewhere, Birmingham streets have been blighted by litter as its bin strikes rumble on.
There's nothing more important than keeping your money and your identity safe online. And with so many VPN options available, choosing the right one can be pretty daunting. But this video's sponsor, ExpressVPN, is making the choice easier for GB News viewers. ExpressVPN is offering up to 73% off, plus 4 extra months free. That's top-level security from just £2.49 a month, and you're covered by their 30-day money-back guarantee. So just click the link in this video's description or scan the QR code now. Remember, when you're online, you are often sharing personal data, so hackers can steal your information, your passwords, your photos, and your bank details in just seconds. But ExpressVPN encrypts your connection, making it virtually impossible for hackers to access your personal information. So why choose ExpressVPN? Well, it couldn't be easier to use. With just one click, you are protected. And ExpressVPN uses military-grade AES 256 encryption, which is the same standard trusted by the US government to guard their classified information. With their new tiered plans, you can protect up to 14 devices at once and manage passwords securely. Live chat support is available 24/7, and it typically connects you in under a minute with a real person. Click the link in this video's description or scan the QR code to get up to 73% off ExpressVPN plus 4 extra months free. Start protecting yourself today with ExpressVPN.
Just take a look, there's lots of rubbish here lining the streets, and lots of this would normally be in your household bins. For example, you've got bread, eggs, you've got cans of drinks here, you've got used nappies, potato peeling, and also things like vegetables, grape containers, used packets of food as well. All of this just lying on the streets because seemingly they're not being collected by the bins. This is, though, much cleaner than it has been, locals telling me, throughout previous parts of this year, particularly during the summer when the city was overrun by rubbish, and of course with the heat it brought about that incredible stench and rats overrunning the city. Well, a large part of the fact that this was a lot cleaner now is down to the fact that agency workers were cleaning up the city and collecting the bins. Well, now those agency workers, a lot of them starting their strike action today due to claims of bullying. Well, the council refute those claims, but Unite the Union, who are representing a lot of these agency workers, say it's time for the council to get round the negotiating table and bring an end to these strikes, which they now say have had an unprecedented escalation.
The agency workers have come out on strike today, having been balloted. Now, these are guys who are brought in specifically to try and break the strike, and the fact that their treatment led to them being balloted for strike action, voting yes for strike action, and the fact that they've come out today is absolutely unprecedented. You know, it simply doesn't happen. You have strikes where sometimes one or two people come out who weren't involved at the start, but for a group of workers brought in to try and break the strike, to vote yes for strike action themselves and then come out and stand shoulder to shoulder with those that originally came out and struck is completely unprecedented.
And we've marched to the council today. What's the message from bin workers from Unite Here to the council inside?
We want a resolution. We do not want a single more day of strike action, be it agency or be it directly employed. Let's enter into negotiations. We'll do it now. We'll do it this afternoon. We'll do it this evening. We will enter into negotiations as soon as they are ready.
Well, that is the union's message to the council. Of course, these strikes have been an indefinite action since March of this year, when the council bin workers were told by the council they'd be facing an £8,000 pay drop. And speaking to them earlier on today, they wanted me to know that they want nothing more than to get back to work, but they want their work to be paid fairly. Earlier on, I spoke to someone who's been on the picket line since March.
We're striking because we've just had enough of the cuts. We've been asked to take an £8,000 pay cut, and it's just absolutely atrocious. It should never happen, and that's why we're standing there for. We don't want the cuts.
What do you want the council to do today? You're standing outside the council building. What are you urging them to do?
We are urging the council, like we have been doing for the last 11 months, and from March on strike, we want the council to just come to the table and negotiate with us. The negotiation should have been done 6 months ago, longer than that, and they haven't come to the table. They keep saying that the negotiation is there, but they never come to the table with Unite, and we're just sick and tired of it.
Well, that was at this rally earlier on with, for the first time, agency workers standing side by side with council-employed workers striking against their employers, the council, and urging them to come round the negotiating table today. But of course, this strike is seemingly continuing, and they have a mandate, the union, for it to continue up until May of next year. The council, though, want residents to know that they shouldn't worry that bins could not be collected. They've told us in a statement that they have a contingency plan in place to ensure that bins continue to be collected, and that they are disappointed this dispute has not been resolved. But the unions say that it's down to the council in order to ensure that this is resolved quickly and promptly.